Hi, Nick Collier here, and this is my shop. Come join me. We'll have some fun. Wow, luck of the draw. First I find a Reamer 4995, which is a half a thousandths under for the hinge that I want the pin to stick in. And then I find a half-inch Reamer that's reasonable for the hinge that I want to rotate. And then I find, well, first I find a piece of half-inch drill rod. Well, it's not drill rod. I'm not sure what it is, but it's center ground, and that's what I need. And then I came in and found the reamers, and then I went, okay, and now I got to find a 15/32 drill, which is 2 steps under half-inch, which allows me to drill and then ream at the 4995, then take this thing apart and drill out or ream out the whichever one I decide is the rotating one to a half-inch. So this is pretty good, and not only that, but this drill reaches within limits. So let's take this and we're gonna, I think what we'll do is start it all the way up, and that way it's nice and square. Okay, now we're going to come in with a 5/1000 under reamer, if we can get to it. Oh, we're at the bottom. So we're going to have to take the drill chuck off, put the reamer in. Oh, no, we're not going to be able to do that, are we? Huh. Let's see. Okay, we hit bottom. Oh, we're almost there. Maybe a bigger chuck. Bigger chuck's not going to work because it's bigger and longer. So I got another plan. We're going to use a collet. Since we're here, why not? All right, let's bring this up. And turn it on. Okay, we've got it drilled and reamed to the 1/2,000 undersize, and now we take it apart and bore out the well, not oversized, but the exact size. Okay, we've taken apart the 2 halves. Now we've got the 1/2-inch reamer, and we're going to ream these outside holes with the 1/2-inch. First we got to move you. That's good. And bring this over and this over, and we're just gonna kind of come down until we find it. Now we literally just took a 1/2 thousandths off of that, so not very much material is going to come out of that. But what is going to come out of that, and we'll flip this around, is the shaft is going to fit. We hope. Let's give it a try. Yep, look at that. Slide right in. And the bottom one's not hitting as well. Okay, we want that too. So let's flip it around and run it through again. Hope that that'll straighten it out. Okay, let's give it another try. Can you see this? Kind of. A little bit tight on the bottom. Oh, there it goes. Nice. It's a nice slip fit. All right. So we've done in this back side. We got a couple of button head screws to go in here. At some point. And then we're going to cut it off here and run a button head screw in that side. Then we come in and start to round over whatever edges that we need to round over. So I'll be back for that. Okay, so we've got our shaft nice and smooth, and we've left about a 1/4 inch gap here, and then we're going to leave a 1/4 inch gap on this side and cut this off and drill it and put a screw in that side. So let's see if we can take this back out. Yeah, no problem. Slides back out. We're going to take it a 1/4 inch smaller. All right, so we're going to face this off, drill it, tap it, and we'll be set. Okay, so we cut 2 short pins out of the same material, and we're going to square that up. And then what we're going to do is, once we get that corner cleaned up, I want to just come in and just barely put a taper on this. That might be enough. And what I want to do here, and I can't bring it over here, but I'll show you in a minute. We're going to do the second one. Hopefully that's enough. Okay, well, the next stage of this whole mess is to create a radius around this corner and one of these corners. Which one is it? I think it's this one. So, but the problem is that I can get the pin through here, but I can't get the pin through the bottom one because, of course, it's a 1/2 thousandths too small. And I want that because I want to press fit this in and just have it stay there forever. I mean, I could press it out at some point or another. So these 2 surfaces, wipe them off. I believe it's this surface here. Yeah. These 2 surfaces go together. And we've already tested that to make sure it's going to work, and it will. Nice tight fit. Come on. There it is. All right, so there's our piece. Now, I just tapered this a little bit, so this is going to go in the slider hole, and I'm hoping to come up against the other hole. There it is. Put this one in. Yep. So these 2 are in. Now this can open and close, and we can test it as we start working it. Should have made it out of aluminum, but I didn't. So that's as far as it opens right now. But it does open. So then we take these out, we grind or whatever we're going to do to get this radius going, and then once the radius is going, where we think it's going to be good, we test it out by putting these pins in, and and keep messing with it until it actually works all the way. So that is what we've got. And it's lunchtime, so I'm gonna take a break and see you tomorrow. Maybe. Okay, well, this morning it is noisy as hell in here because we've not only got the generator outside, but the wood stove behind me has got its little fan running, and Jason is in the background TIG welding another project. So I'm gonna have to stay close to the mic or yell a bit. But we're ready to start moving forward. And basically what we need to do is take off this on the radius of this hole. So here's the plan. We're going to drop a piece in here. We're going to drop this other one in the other side, and we're going to bring the whole thing in right to there. I've got two blocks that are equal in height or in width up against these two stops that are squared up to this front edge. So now we're in place. So we tighten it up. We take our blocks out, and we can mill this down till it gets to where we want. I think probably better to start all the way up, and that way we can get the right measurement. Okay, up to right there. Is that pretty much level? That's a little far down. Okay, we're putting a little bit more solid support in here. I think it's going to be just fine. Okay, this is as far as we can go with this approach, but this is a clearance radius, so really it could be anything. I'm going to come back and take off that edge there, and maybe take it down another 10 or 15 thousandths just to make sure that we're clear. And the reason why I'm doing it with the brush and not the air is because I don't have enough poop to get that air compressor running in my generator. So we don't use the air compressor. You saw it move. That's what I get for not putting this support in. Yeah, it moved all right. Okay, so we were able to get about halfway, and as I said, this is really just clearance, so there's no accurate thing we have to do here. In fact, I'm going to take it over on the sander and go ahead and finish rounding that, and then of course test it and then round it and test it and round it and test it. But for the moment, let's see if we can get the other one in here and have it. Get it to round off. And I think we can. We just have to approach it a little bit differently. And the same issue, it's only going to do half of it. Okay, this side we're going to have a little bit of a problem with because of course this is going to hit the spindle. But I think we can get in a little ways. We may have to actually use a longer bit. And I have a longer one. Let's just see. Yeah, it's going to be fine. Not exactly a half circle, but again, we're not, this is open air. There's no contact here, so it can be a little less than what we want, and certainly the shape can be not so round. This might be the last cut. Let's take 10 and see what we got. All right. Well, it's not bad. Probably with just a little bit of filing, we might actually have something.